Hi everyone, this is Alex and welcome to my contribution for Azure Advent Calendar. I will be talking today about Azure Sentinel, and as Chris has done such a great job in introducing you guys to the product itself, I'll go more into the daily work with Sentinel. My name is Alex Benoit, I'm a lead security analyst at Zipago. We not only consult customers in Microsoft Threat Protection and Azure Sentinel, we do have a security operations center as well. And I was thinking I will give you guys an idea of how it is to work with Azure Sentinel and Microsoft Threat Protection as one combined solution on a day-to-day basis. Speaking of a security operations center, there are some challenges. We see a high volume of alerts coming in, and a lot of them are noisy as well. Threats get more sophisticated, you have too many products in place, especially if your company in the past has followed the best-of-breed approach. SOC people sometimes lack automation pieces and have challenges in improving their skills in a continuous way. The general infrastructure costs are rising and have sometimes, or even mostly, upfront investment cost. And IT deployment projects in general take a lot of effort and cost maintenance. So that's why Microsoft decided that they will go with a cloud-native SIEM that of course has artificial intelligence in place. That fits perfect into the cybersecurity reference architecture, where I think you all know the upper left corner, where we can see the advanced threat protection product stack with everything around endpoint security and Microsoft Defender ADP, productivity security with Office 365 ADP, and identity productivity with Azure ADP, Azure Active Directory, and of course, Cloud App Security. On the infrastructure side, or the cloud infrastructure side, we only had Azure Security Center in the past. That's why Microsoft released Azure Sentinel a few months ago. Azure Sentinel has a big advantage that comes along with the cloud-native approach. So we can use the cloud scale and speed. The integration with Office 365 and Microsoft Threat Protection products is pretty easy. We can use all the information that Microsoft has in place, and AI is built in. Of course, like in every other Azure product, you only pay as you go or use. Microsoft in general follows the approach, like every other SIEM solution does as well, to collect, detect, investigate, and respond. So how does that cloud approach look like? Of course, you can integrate everything around Office 365 and Azure with Azure Sentinel, but you also have the possibility to integrate with other clouds like AWS or SaaS applications. You can even integrate your other security products like Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco, some Linux stuff, and of course Windows that comes from on-premises. Azure Sentinel then stores the data, gives you possibilities and ways to automate, customize specific user phases, create own rules that add the general rules or the standard rules that come along with the product. Of course, you can use all the machine learning and everything that Microsoft provides in the product of Azure Sentinel. So what are pieces of Azure Sentinel? Well, at first, you collect all the data and information. You collect it from Microsoft services, from apps, users, and infrastructure that are in place. You collect it from public clouds, and like I said, from other security solutions and vendors like, for example, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco, and Symantec. What Sentinel provides then is a visibility. Visibility by dashboards and by workbooks. You are able, or you enable your SOC to analyze and attack data, not only by investigating into alerts. You get the KQL language with which you can search really fast for files, IP, and anything that your SOC people are interested in. With Jupyter Notebooks, you are able to define queries and, let's say, incident response workflows before they happen. Automation is key still, and especially in security, where you have the possibility to use Power Automate, or how it was earlier called Flow, and create automation by just dragging and dropping things into the workflow. Azure Sentinel integrates perfectly with ServiceNow, with which you are able to follow the whole incident on a ticket base. There are other tools that just can connect through the API, for example, to Azure Sentinel. And of course, there's a lot of things going on in the community, especially on GitHub. Working in a security operations center mostly looks like this. You get a lot of input coming from events, alerts, and you're looking for context. Mostly, you have actions predefined, as a lot of raw data comes in every day and you just follow the incident approach. Then you go further with detecting things on base of rules that come out of Microsoft Threat Protection or Azure Sentinel, and you do your analytics or even hunt. You then investigate into incidents, triage alerts, triage files, and mostly even look further and go into the forensics. You remediate things either by blocking IPs, clients, or files, patching, and of course everything has been tracked and audited into tickets. And this is mostly been done, let's say, 18, 19, 20 times a day. So enough of the presentation now. Let's look into the dashboards. This is Azure Sentinel. You get your dashboard information that, for example, tells you how many events happened in a specific time frame and how many incidents are open, what data source anomalies are in your environment, and you even have possibilities to use machine learning and everything. Before you now can integrate with Microsoft Defender ADP, you first of all have to go into the data connectors. In the data connectors, you see all the data sources that are integrated natively. We're looking for Microsoft Defender ADP, and now would be able, if I wouldn't have done it already, to enable the connector. Next step would be to go into analytics and tell the system that you want to create alerts in Azure Sentinel coming out of Microsoft Defender ADP. Therefore, you just click on Create and then hit on Microsoft Incident Creation Rule. Give it a name. And select one of the services that you like to establish. Leave this as is and hit on Next. Validation is passed and now you can create the rule. Now you will see all the Microsoft Defender ADP incidents and alerts in Azure Sentinel. So looking into incidents, we will see that there are a lot of incidents coming together. Like I said, we have a lot of products in place that feed into the Sentinel solution. As we are looking more for the Microsoft Defender ADP incidents, we'll filter them out. What we will change first is the filter for the last 24 hours, as the specific incident that I've prepared for you guys is a little bit more than 25 hours away. If we hit on the last 7 days, and then filter by Microsoft Defender ADP. Whoops, that was too fast. Again, Microsoft Defender ADP, we will see an incident here that says UAC bypass. Let's click on that. And then we get information that the alert in general has a medium severity. It's new and it's not assigned yet. Let's investigate. If we investigate in an incident like this, we get an investigation graph that explains us pretty easily which sources, files, services, clients, identities, and everything that is specific to the incident are assigned to this investigation. We can then hover over the symbols and get more information and get deeper into the incidents. As we're not really looking into the troubleshooting of a UAC bypass into Azure Sentinel, that's been it for here, and we'll jump over into Microsoft Defender ADP to go deeper. As Microsoft has just released Microsoft Threat Protection, I was thinking it would be interesting for you guys to jump into the whole incident from that perspective. Let's snooze here and click on Incidents here. Alerts. We're looking for the exact same incident. We're looking for the exact same alert and open it up. We then get an information what happened in this alert and are able to go back to Microsoft Defender ADP. In Microsoft Defender ADP, we will be directly leaded to the alert page where we get all the information like severity medium, category, privilege escalation, technique, bypass user account control, the detection source has been EDR, and its behavior-based detection. We can see that it affected client 04 in Sunny domain username outlaw. If we go deeper in the alert process tree, we'll get all the information of which application has been affected and what has happened. We see if the client, if it was only client 04 or if other clients or servers are involved. We get a command line and are able to see that that the attacker has launched a script called script.ps1. We could now download the file or even go back into the incident itself. I highly recommend, if you're not familiar with an incident, click on the technique here and you will be redirected to the MITRE ATT&CK framework where you can read more about the incident itself. If you're familiar, the next step here would be to go back to the incident page. On the incident page, you see all the alerts that have been assigned to that incident. What you can see here is that some alerts have been remediated, others haven't been assigned or there has no threat been assigned, and some investigations are not supported. As for example, we use PowerShell as an application and there is no remediation of the application PowerShell. So let's look into the remediated incident. We'll come back to another alert page where we can see that client 03, for example, has called a file that is with the name UAC bypass.exe, and this UAC bypass has been detected on client 04 as well. What we can see here is we can see which file hash it is and even search for the file hash in general. We can go back to the investigation. If we are, for example, interested in an investigation graph, we can see which machines are affected, and the investigations in general, where we can get all the information about the investigation itself. Here we do see the investigation graph and what happened on the machine. So it's client 04, there was one file in place and one process was kind of malicious. In total, six entities have been found. The total incident took, or let's say the investigation took 3 seconds, and it is remediated. Alright guys, that's been it for today. I hope you now have a better understanding how a SOC works and how we use Microsoft Defender ADP or Microsoft Threat Protection in combination with Azure Sentinel. Thanks for listening, and I wish you guys and your family happy holidays and enjoy the time. Bye bye.